Hello, everyone. My name is Alan Rucker. I think I'm supposed to be speaking now. I am the chair of the Writers with Disabilities Committee at the Writers Guild of America West, and you are joining us for our 5th annual Disability Scene, our showcase of selected scenes about the disability experience, performed almost all or mostly by actors with disabilities. Thank you for joining us. It's the first time we've ever done this virtually, so it's going to be a little weird, I'm sure. Just a couple of technical things to the audience. The audience can follow the program or the event through the event program, which the Writers Guild staff has apparently sent out via email. But you can also link to the chat box, the public chat box, and scenes will be listed in order for those who are following along. Two, since we can't hear or see the audience, but we know you're there, we feel your vibes, please react if you want to. Please applaud through the chat box, making comments or whatever else you want to say. That's the only way we can be connected to you during the live event. And 3, I just want to acknowledge all the actors who are participating today. They are all listed in their bios are all listed again in the program. We hope you look at it. They put in a lot of time and energy to do this, and we hope you really enjoy the show. And now I'd like to turn it over to my partner, Alison Dale. Alison?
Hi, I'm Alison Dale. I'm Vice Chair of the Writers with Disabilities Committee. Welcome. I'm going to start by introducing our wonderful casting director, who's done a fantastic job, David Zimmerman.
Thank you.
David,
thank you so much for bringing me on to this year's The Disability Scene. It's my first year here. I've worked before with the Writers Guild for many years, but it is so enjoyable. We have such wonderful actors. I'm so proud of everyone. I mean, I've known many of them for many years, and I've met a few new ones. The directors are amazing. And we have 11 scripts here that I know you're going to keep your eye out because you're going to see it on the big screen one of these days because they're fun. So have a wonderful, fun evening and break a leg.
What, Natalie? Really?
Now I'd like to introduce our directors, Jenni Gold. First time we've had a female director, so that's very exciting. It's wonderful to have Jenni with us. And Barret, who's been with us since the beginning and is now an honorary member of the committee. And couldn't do it without you, Gary.
Happy to be here. Always happy to jump in. Yeah, it's very exciting that this is the 5th year that we've been doing this. I'm just really proud of what we've accomplished here and with the Writers Guild to support us, and it's always a great time. It's always a really inspiring night. I know it's definitely opened up my eyes a lot, in terms of characters that I write, and I'm just really happy to be involved, and I'm glad that we have a great audience out there tonight to hear these great scenes, and see these great scenes.
Jenni, you want to say hello?
Yes, I am, again, very happy to be here also. It's been a great experience, and I'm looking forward to some fun scenes tonight. I think you all enjoyed. The actors were fabulous, and I'm glad that you finally have a woman director. That's awesome.
Great. Thanks all of you for being here. I just want to add one more thank you to the person who's put this all together, Libby Anderson Bagley. I don't know where she is. We should take a look at her, everybody. Clap. Libby has worked tirelessly or untirely. She has worked real hard to put this thing on, and she's done an enormous amount of work. There she is. And we couldn't do it without her, and she is just the best. Thank you so much, Libby.
Thank you, Libby.
Yes, we love you. Libby.
Okay, I think we're ready. Let's get started. Let's start the show.
I guess I should introduce the first scene this evening. Carly's here.
Hi. Sorry, I got
Hey.
out of work late, but hi. Nice to meet everyone.
So, Carly, why don't you introduce your work, Be My Eyes? We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, so this is a scene I wrote. It's not part of anything existing. I wrote it just because I discovered this app called Be My Eyes. And I thought it was a really awesome concept. And then I heard about this Disability Committee reading, and I thought it would make for a great scene. And I won't spoil what it is. Hopefully it comes across in the scene. So I'm excited to see it. Yay!
It's a lot of fun. I think people will enjoy it. And without further ado, let's see Be My Eyes.
Hi, I'm Elisa. I'm going to be my eyes. No, your eyes. I'm your excited volunteer. Should I give you the menu?
Be My Eyes by Carly Woodworth. Interior, bedroom, day. Alyssa sits at her desk. When her phone trills, it's a FaceTime call from the app Be My Eyes.
Hi, I'm Elisa. I'm going to be my eyes. No, your eyes. I'm your excited volunteer. Should I redo the menu?
No, we see Janice in a coffee shop.
No, so there's a guy sitting somewhere over here, alone.
Janice angles the phone in the general direction of Andrew, who sits at a nearby table.
Can you move your phone to the left a little? Okay, I see him. How can I help?
Is he bangable?
I was told this app was to help blind people with small, day-to-day tasks.
Forget it.
No, I want to help. Okay, is he bangable? Well, if I were to objectify a man, I would say he has a nice nose.
What does that mean?
Like he has good shape to it.
That's not helpful.
He has nice hair.
How much hair?
Medium.
Is he tall?
It's hard to tell. You have a banana for scale?
No, I don't have a banana.
I'm gonna guess 5'9".
Just tell me, is he attractive?
It's pretty hot.
What is subjective?
No, he's objectively hot.
Andrew gets up to throw away his empty coffee cup.
He dressed it up, and he has a nice bulge.
What?
Oh God, this looks very anti-feminist.
There are exceptions when you're helping a blind woman get laid.
Are you asking him out? Oh, this is so much.
We've been flirting.
Wait, I can't. Can't you just feel his face to know what it looks like?
That's not a thing.
I saw it on Family Guy. Oh my God, he's looking at you.
Shit. Is he... Just be honest with me. This isn't a trick question. Blind people need complete honesty. Is he out of my league?
No.
I said be honest.
Who cares if he's out of your league?
So he is out of my league.
That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
Really into you.
How do you know?
He looked at you twice now.
Because he can hear you objectifying like a person.
I signed up for this app to help blind and visually impaired people see. And I'm telling you, you'd make a great couple.
Fine. I'm asking him out.
Hey, Janice, it's Andrew again.
Oh, hey, let me finish this call real quick.
Okay.
What the shit? Why didn't you tell me he was right next to me?
I didn't see him.
That was your one job.
I was too distracted hyping you up.
I gotta go.
Leave me a finger.
Janice puts the phone face down without hanging up.
So, I was invited to a friend's barbecue on Saturday, and I was wondering, are you free?
Yeah, yes, that sounds awesome.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'll get the details.
Someone's getting laid on Saturday.
End of scene.
Okay. Are we ready for the next scene? Hi, everyone. Okay, we're ready for the next scene. This is a scene that I wrote and directed from a screenplay called Reverse Psychology. And it's about a New York radio shock jock. He's called the shock doc. And he's a radio shrink who's making the leap from local radio to national TV the week that the screenplay takes place. But he thinks that his whole theory is that compulsions and neuroses are all in people's heads, and he's really a terrible therapist for these people, but he's very popular. But because this is a very important week for him, he becomes cursed by the ghost of Sigmund Freud. And the scenes you're going to see are the beginning of the movie, the opening of the movie, and then we're going to jump a little bit to when he is cursed by the ghost of Sigmund Freud. So we have a great cast. I'm really excited about showing this to you all tonight. So let's get started and enjoy it.
Reverse Psychology, a screenplay by Gary Goldstein. In blackness, the hum of airwaves. We're on the radio.
It's just another manic Monday with me, the Sultan of Psychobabble, the Dean of Dysfunction, the Commander of Candor, the real American Idol, Dr. Max McMillan. Our topic today is OCD, Obsessive Compulsive Disorder, and we're talking to some of the biggest whack jobs in the tri-state area. Betty from Bayside, you're on with me, Dr. Max McMillan.
Fade in. Exterior, Manhattan skyline, day, morning over Manhattan, the Hudson River, the Empire State Building, the Chrysler Building, and the panicked voice of Betty.
Hello, Dr. Max. I have a compulsive fear of germs. I shower 6 times a day, change my clothes once an hour, and I wash my hands every 10 minutes. No matter what, I never feel clean enough. Sometimes
What's the question, Betty?
Well, needless to say, the germ thing has wrecked my sex life. Oh, I can't even shake hands with a man anymore because if I do, it's much like making love to him. Do you have any advice for me?
4 words, sex in the shower.
Why? I can wash while I'm having sex?
No, Betty, because it's fun.
Interior, Fifth Avenue, day, morning gridlock. A bus pulls into frame. On an ad panel, an Ivy League handsome guy, early 40s, sporting a devilish smirk, with the copy, Dr. Max McMillan, #1 in the morning WNYZ, talk radio 910, and streaming live, he's so New York.
Seriously, Dr. Max, what do you think?
I think this washing nonsense is just an excuse to avoid ever having a real relationship. Dumped if you never have a boyfriend, right? I say roll around dirt, embrace your inner bacteria, and bust a germ-free box before it you all together.
But Dr. Max,
Question, Betty.
Exterior, Lexington Avenue. Day, construction site. Hard hat sitting on a girder, breakfasting on thermos coffee and donuts. Ears cemented to a boombox.
Go from Jersey for 100 points of the lightning round. Tell us your compulsion.
Well, Max, when I get nervous, I can't stop myself from counting. Ceiling tiles, street signs, bristles on a brush, anything. It makes me crazy. Any thoughts?
Counting. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who's a nuthouse candidate? Joey. Joey, I say Joey.
The hard hats bust up laughing, nearly spilling their coffee. Interior, diner, day. Kitchen cooks listen to a radio. Max has a new caller, Ernie.
Dr. Max, I pull out my hair, not just one or two, like 50 or 60 at a clip. I'll be out to eat with the date, and before I know it, there's a giant pile of hair on my plate.
Come on, you cheapskate. You just do that to get out of paying. Yo, waiter, there's a head of hair in my soup.
Well, it's so embarrassing. I can't help myself. What should I do?
Listen, Baldy, there's only one thing to do. Shave your head. Shave your whole body if you have to. I don't care if you look like a frickin' chihuahua.
Hey, what kind of answer is that?
The right one, Ernie. And if you don't like it, go pluck yourself. Folks, forget the alleged father of psychoanalysis, navel-gazing, self-righteous said, compulsions and other neuroses are just defense mechanisms. People invent.
Oh, man.
Their safety nets. The lazy, the frightened, and the weak. Come on, folks. We're better than that. We're New Yorkers.
Max takes a hit of coffee from a mug that reads, "Session's over." Flashes a self-satisfied grin. Interior, Max's apartment, Max's bedroom, night. Max enters from the bathroom. Buttoning pajama tops, crosses to a mirror. As he gazes into it, his eyes widen in shock. Max spins around, sees an older, balding, bearded man in baggy suit, round glasses, standing there. Looks so familiar. Terrified, Max lurches back, trips, falls backwards, crashing into a table and lamp. Max scrambles up, recovers in a klutzy karate pose. You'd think he just saw a ghost, which, well...
Oh.
The man just gives a rise.
What do you want? How did you get in here?
The man just gives a wry smile, sits on a chair, gets comfortable. Max drops the warrior stance, grabs a wooden hanger, brandishes it over his head, and gazes at the intruder.
Who are you?
Oh, just that navel-gazing, self-righteous, drug-addicted crackpot you're so fond of dismissing on a daily basis.
Max puts down the hanger.
You're Sigmund Freud. I'm Albert Einstein.
My, don't we have delusions of grandeur.
Max bolts away again, looking panicked.
Hey, what are you, some kind of ghost?
Ghost, spirit, specter, conscience. Call it what you like. Mainly I'm here just to straighten a few things out.
What, you want money? Look, I got money. I got whatever you want. Just leave.
What I want, you don't have.
Talking about? I have everything. Don't I?
Freud gets up, strolls in front of Max.
You're hurting people, Max. These people who call your show, the people you meet on the street, they want rational thought, support, kindness, not venom and ridicule. You're making a mockery of my life's work.
Look, I don't care who you are. Okay, I think it's time to call the cops.
First, let's talk about the people in pain. Your so-called fans.
If they were in so much pain, okay, they wouldn't spend an hour on the phone just to talk to me. And for your information, I'm not there just to help my callers. I'm there to entertain my fans.
Well, entertain this. Before you start reaching an exponential number of people on national TV and every other form of media known to mankind, I'm going to teach you the true meaning of compassion.
What'd you have in mind, dead man? A three-way with Mother Teresa?
That's so funny. Better. From now on, you're going to experience all the compulsions and neuroses that your callers and everyone around you experience. You're going to help them by being like them.
I'm nothing like them. And I don't believe in neuroses. Like I tell my callers, they're all in your head.
We'll see about that, my friend. We'll see.
With that, Freud fades into thin air. Max charges at him with the hanger, but he's gone. Shocked, shaken, Max looks around the room. He's definitely alone. What the hell was that? End of scene.
Hey, Greg, you want to introduce your scene?
Yeah, so this is a short scene from a script I wrote called "He Won't Rise Again," and essentially it's a snippet of some of my high school experiences and sort of the precarious relationship between Christianity and those and people with disabilities, specifically traumatic injuries. So hope you guys enjoy.
He Won't Rise Again, written by Greg Roque. Interior, main house, Greg's bedroom, night. A typical teenage boy's bedroom. Music and movie posters adorn the walls. At the bed is a hospital bed, and a wheelchair is parked next to the bed. Greg de la Cruz, 16, quadriplegic with limited hand function, sits up in bed texting a friend named Reagan on his phone. The head of his bed is raised. On screen, Greg's iPhone screen lights up with a notification. Text from Reagan.
It was so nice to meet you today. You're an interesting and special soul.
Greg
I feel the same way about you. You're the only really cool person I've met at this school.
We should hang out tomorrow at lunch.
Sounds dope. Where should we meet?
Your locker?
Cool.
Can't wait to see you.
Greg's POV. Greg stares at the last message and smiles. Greg opens an app that controls his bed. He lowers his head and lies flat. Once flat, he opens another app that turns off his bedroom lights. Before the lights go off, we see that Greg has been smiling the entire time. Interior, Wilson High School, hallway, next day. A World War I era concrete edifice typical of most Los Angeles suburban schools. It's lunchtime. Greg sits in his wheelchair by his locker. Reagan Rodriguez, 16, whose warmth radiates like the California sun, walks up. These two have nothing in common but their mandated uniforms.
Where do you want to have lunch?
There's actually a place I want to take you. Let's go.
Reagan starts walking, leading the way. Greg follows.
Hell yeah. Day 2 and she already wants to take me to her special place. I wonder if she's cool with helping me take my pants off.
They continue making their way to interior, classroom, continuous. Reagan and Greg enter a classroom already populated with two other students, Keith Sawyer, 17, and his trusted sycophant, Lance Beaver, 16. The room has the awkward solemnness of a cathedral with posters hanging on a second-tier 1990s best basketball players reading their favorite books.
Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
We're the walk-worthy warriors.
Together we're Wilson. Together we're quiet.
Hey, buddy. We were talking.
Keith
Hey,
walks up
guys.
to
I didn't know you'd be joining us. I actually don't know what I thought.
Keith walks up to Greg. Lance follows behind him and stands behind Greg. Keith takes a knee in front of him. Not the Colin Kaepernick kind, but the Tim Tebow kind.
Hey, guys. We were talking to Reagan yesterday about how you hurt your back. Yes, and we thought we could hold a special group meeting just for you.
Greg starts to slowly roll himself back to avoid the group.
I think you mean my spine, Doc. And what exactly do you mean by special group meeting?
Reagan told us about you two were discussing about your injury. By the way, I'm sorry you're so broken. But being the people that we are, we thought we should use the power of God to make you walk again.
Greg backs up more. Lance creeps up from behind and pushes him back to his original spot.
Whoops! Let me help you with that, friend.
Once situated, Keith locks Greg's brakes. Keith then walks to the center of the circle.
Brothers and sister, join me in the prayer of our special friend, Greg.
Everyone in the circle except Greg puts their heads down and clasps their hands into prayer position.
Lord, we ask you to come to the aid of our special friend Greg, who was afflicted with crippleness. Like that guy in the Bible, he can no longer walk. So we call on you to love on him and make him normal like the rest of us.
Greg looks at Reagan, who is deep in prayer, his face getting redder and redder with humiliation and anger. His autonomic dysreflexia kicks in and his vision blurs. Greg's POV. Greg surveys the room and sees all the walk-worthy warriors mouthing prayers. Jagged rocks and fire consume the classroom as it's transformed into a hallucinatory hellscape. The walk-worthy warriors are wearing cultish robes. Suddenly their faces look directly at him and they start chanting in the cadence of One of Us from Freaks.
Walk like us, walk like us. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Greg looks over at Reagan, whose face is now distorted and melting like he's having a bad acid trip.
Walk like us, walk like us. Hallelujah, hallelujah. We're broken. We just want to fix you, Greg.
Greg's face reaches a boiling point. It's redder than Satan's butt cheeks. He shakes his head and exits his trance.
Guys, stop!
The group stops. The room reverts back to normal as the fires extinguish, the jagged rocks recede, and the classroom is restored to its pristine, state-funded equilibrium. The walk-worthy warriors are once again in their school uniforms.
Feel the power. I feel like I can walk.
Greg shifts in his chair. All eyes are on him. He leans over to his right and starts blowing raspberries.
Nah, guess not. Sorry, Jesus freaks. Just gas.
Greg, that was really rude.
I'll tell you what's rude. Making me waste my lunch on something stupid like this. Enjoy your cult. I don't need you. I don't need any of your guys' help. You all can kiss my bony ass.
Greg rolls to the door. He awkwardly tries to turn the knob while the walk-worthy warriors stare. Lance shuffles over, opens it, and holds the door open for him.
Thanks, boss.
Greg exits the room. Keith walks back to the center.
I think that could have gone better. The guy's ungrateful.
I think his foot moved.
Reagan runs after Greg and enters the hallway. Greg quickly pushes his chair down the empty hallway. Reagan is about 3 classrooms behind him.
Greg, I didn't mean to offend you.
You're just trying to change the crippled kid because he's a burden. You're just trying to make yourself feel better.
No one's... Greg?
Whatever. Enjoy your bullshit Bible study. You deserve to be one of those self-righteous hypocrites. You're just a terrible person, and not even Jesus can fix you.
Reagan runs off crying.
Reagan, wait.
He's already gone.
God damn it.
End of scene.
Okay, our next scene is, we're just lining up the actress board now, but it's by Zeidman, who couldn't be here tonight. It's called Memories. It's a sci-fi drama pilot about a young woman named Marcy who has a mother named Sandy, who's the beginning. But it's a look inside her mom's life and her mom's brain, but it's also a sci-fi look into Marcy's brain. Okay, so we're going to get going. I want to thank Alison for her great scene. Sorry she couldn't be with us tonight, and hope you enjoy it.
Memories by Alison Zeidman. Interior, real world, Sandy's house, kitchen. Small kitchen with dated, depressing wallpaper. A raw chicken is sitting on the counter. A pot of water is boiling over on the stove. Sandy, early 60s, sits at the wooden kitchen table staring into space, humming. Marcy, early 30s, enters just home from work, out of breath. Glasses are fogged up and she's wet from the rain.
Hey, whoa!
Noticing the boiling pot, Marcy drops her stuff on the floor and scrambles to turn off the stove. Sandy turns, watching.
What are we making?
You tell me.
Oh. It was.
Sandy looks confused because she is confused. She gives up trying to fight to figure it out and sighs.
Marcy, I don't know.
It's fine. Just next time, wait for me if you need to use the stove, okay?
Okay.
Marcy looks at Sandy. She's skeptical that she'll remember. She scribbles, "Ask for help to use stove," on a Post-it note and sticks it in front of the stove.
I don't want that there.
Well, let's just try it, okay?
Marcy throws out the raw chicken sitting on the counter, washes her hands, and then grabs a takeout menu from a basket on the counter and puts it down in front of Sandy.
How about tie tonight?
Hold on, let me get my glasses.
Sandy looks around for her glasses, which are on a chain around her neck. Marcy gently yanks the chain.
Oh.
What?
I don't like it.
Your glasses?
Yeah.
What about them?
They make me look like an old lady.
No, they don't. I wear glasses. Do I look like an old lady?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, really? Well, then you're the oldest fucking lady I've ever seen. I can't even imagine anyone older than you. You're the oldest fucking person who ever existed. That better?
Marcy, pleased with herself, draws her attention back to the menu.
So, how about the chicken and vegetables with peanut sauce?
Where is it, honey?
Marcy points to it again. Sandy keeps staring at the menu. Marcy waits, but she knows it won't make a difference. Finally,
let's get that. You liked it last time.
Marcy gets up and goes to her phone so she can call in the order.
Dad's birthday's coming up.
Yep.
We took them for hot air balloon.
Oh, yeah. When I was little, I don't really remember.
It was,
Marcy stops what she's doing and turns around, hopeful, waiting.
what was I saying?
About Dad and the hot air balloon?
Yes.
She doesn't continue. Marcy tries another way.
Maybe we can find some pictures.
Well, pictures of. I'm sorry, Marcy. I'm confused.
It's okay.
At the same time, inside Marcy's head, observation deck, quiet city park behind Marcy's eyes, essentially the windows to the outside world. Liza, early 20s, sits on a bench watching what's playing out between Marcy and Sandy. Her friend, Mindy, early 20s, walks up.
Liz!
Hey, you on break?
Yes, finally. It's so depressing in there. Literally. We're only allowed to calibrate depression right now.
I guess it's all related somehow. I keep getting schedules with all these horrible memories of the diagnosis and the hospitals.
You should have been here 3 years ago. Working on Marcy was so much fun back then. Emotions division was just like one big party. Honestly, on Fridays, we just get high.
See, that's what I don't get. Like, her life out there, it's clearly hard enough. Why can't we make things better in here?
Liza goes back to watching. Her eyes narrow, like she might be getting an idea. Interior of Marcy's head, memory theater, projection booth. Liza steps inside the projection booth. She turns on the desk light. The schedule is sitting on the desk next to a stack of film reels. We see that once again the schedule reads 8:30 p.m. Mom diagnosis, doctor's office, June 2nd, 2017. 8:45 p.m. Mom diagnosis, fight with Uncle Joe, June 4, 2017. 9 p.m. Mom diagnosis, assisted living home, June 20th, 2017. Liza stares at the schedule thinking. Then she turns to the door behind her labeled Archives. Interior of Marcy's head, memory theater, archives. Liza darts past rows and rows of shelves holding film reels of Marcy's memories, quickly scanning and digging through them until she finds what she's looking for. Dad's birthday, hot air balloon ride, September 10th, 1994. Liza loads the hot air balloon memory into the projection reel and it starts playing. We see toddler Marcy on screen, held by her dad. They're standing in a field where a hot air balloon is inflating. Back to the real world. Interior, Sandy's house, Marcy's bedroom. Marcy's lying on a single bed in her childhood bedroom, still fully dressed, on top of the covers, eyes closed. Suddenly, her eyes open wide. She bolts out of bed. Interior, real world, Sandy's house, Sandy's bedroom. Marcy bursts into the room. The door is open and the lights are on.
Mom!
Oh, what?
Oh,
Mom looks like she's drowning in the giant white comforter and pillows.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were up.
What?
I remembered the hot air balloon.
What?
We were talking about the hot air balloon ride you got for one of Dad's birthdays when I was little, and it's just so weird. Out of nowhere, I just had this, like, flash of memory of it.
Flash.
Never mind. Go back to sleep.
Okay. I love you.
Love you too.
End of scene.
All right. So the next, as we get the actors in, is a piece called The Company. And I will let Kalen tell you all about it. Should be fun.
Yes, hello. The Company is about a deaf woman who is recruited because she is an expert. She's expert at reading body language. This is a 1-hour TV pilot, and the scene happens as a flashback when Juliet was a child with her father. Juliet was raised by criminals. So she right now just wants to have a normal life like everyone else. Please enjoy this scene.
The Company, written by Kalen Feeney. Exterior, urban park, day. A soccer game has just ended. Juliet runs up to her father, Ray.
What were you and Coach talking about?
Oh, he was saying how good you are.
And?
That's it.
Bullshit.
Language.
It's a load of crap. I know you were talking about lots more.
Juliet,
Yeah? Come on.
well, Coach wants you to play at a higher level.
Yes! What's wrong?
Well, that means that you'd have to go to school.
So?
Well, you can't go to school.
Why not? That's what everyone else is doing, except me.
It's dangerous, and there's a paper trail. Dangerous.
Wait, dangerous? School is dangerous? How is that more dangerous than what we do?
It's complicated.
How?
There's a paper trail, as I said.
We move every year and have to start over again. Why can't we just stay in one place for once?
Like I said, it's complicated.
That's what you've been saying my whole life. Get another one of those jobs.
No, I'm actually working on finding something decent for us.
Has something going.
You sure?
Yeah. He was arguing with someone on the phone and gave me shit.
Did you catch anything?
You know I don't lip read. He was moving around too much for me to get anything.
It's all right.
Interior, Juliet's bedroom, night. Juliet sleeps. The bedside clock reads 3:17 a.m. Ray slips in and gently shakes Juliet awake. He clicks on the bedside lamp.
Where's your emergency pack? Okay, good. We gotta go.
Wait, why?
No time. I'll explain later.
Interior, house, night. Ray and Juliet move quietly in the darkness, along the hall to the front door. They pass the living room and see Fulton on the couch, made visible by flickering TV light.
Where are you going?
Fishing.
This early?
It's 2 hours drive. Want you to be there by the time the fish are biting.
You know, I couldn't sleep. Kept having nightmares that someone was going to buck for it. And here we are.
Wait, what's happening?
Hang on.
We have a meeting in a few hours. Or did you forget?
I don't want to be a part of this no more. I got a girl to raise.
You should have never taken her in. You knew it'd come to this.
Let's go.
You owe me. Remember? Oh, okay, tell you what. Do this one last job, then we're even.
All right.
We'll leave later.
Hi.
There's one more job I have to do.
You said you were done.
I know. But it ain't that simple, honey.
Yes, it is. The door is right there. Fulton's not your boss. He's an asshole.
Juliet.
You've been talking about wanting a different life. Well, here it is. Don't fuck it up.
What's going on?
Stay out of it.
I promise we're done after this.
Don't trust him.
She storms out.
What'd she say?
She really wants to go fishing.
Teenagers.
End of scene.
Okay, next up is Trigger Warnings by Scott Tobis. Scott, take it away.
Thank you, Gary. A long time ago, in a galaxy oblivious to the coming plague, I decided to devote one evening a week to answering phones in a suicide hotline. It was a classic getting back far more than I gave, and despite being a life-altering experience, I made a conscious decision not to use that time as a basis for any writing-related material. Years passed, and I believe it's a particularly auspicious time to finally tell the tale of a group of highly flawed individuals trying to do the right thing for society through a lens of sarcasm, black comedy, and a cautiously optimistic view of the world. This is the opening scene of the pilot. A multitude of thanks to Anita, Jamie, Kathy Spencer, Nicole, Gary, Libby, and all the behind the Blue Jeans app crew that made this happen. I hope you enjoy it.
Trigger warnings. Written by Scott Sanford Tobis. A very nervous middle-aged woman wearing a headset faces the camera, a massive bead of sweat cascading down the right side of her.
That place sucked the soul out of me. Have you worked at a Mickey D's? Ever cleaned up a bathroom after a homeless person smeared their shit all over the walls?
No, I can't say that I have. But it sounds like a good thing. You can find a better job.
Can you believe they fired me? How am I supposed to pay rent?
You must have family you can turn to.
No. They disowned me when I came out.
Boyfriend?
Trevor left when I was diagnosed with HIV last year. Then cleaned out my savings.
The single bead of sweat has turned into a river. She is in a panic mode, but trying to keep it together.
I'm going to do it. I have the pills right here.
The woman looks down, open binder, and reads from it.
They may talk to the part of you that called the suicide hotline. The part that doesn't want to take their own life.
I just wanted to hear someone's voice before I died.
We hear the sound of a glass being filled with liquid, followed by gulping.
Please, tell me where you are. I'll call an ambulance.
It's too late.
Think about what you're doing.
The sound of guns chamber being loaded.
Think about what you're doing.
Do you think I should hang myself instead? The rope is already bolted to the studs in the ceiling.
Please, your life is worth saving.
Did I tell you that I have bone cancer too? So much pain.
We hear a chuckle. The woman rips off the headset.
I can't handle this. This is nuts. I'm crazy for doing this.
She stands up and storms off. Pull back to reveal that we are in an office bullpen, harshly lit by overhead fluorescent bulbs, the kind where everyone looks sickly and in desperate need of some sunlight. This is the suicide hotline office, and a training session has just ended in less than stellar fashion. Stanford Hoffman, the 30-something man, wearing sunglasses not just at night but indoors, who provided the voice of the suicidal caller with perhaps too much glee, can't help but laugh. An attractive, tightly wound woman, Marisol Bonilla, sits next to him.
You're an asshole, Stanford.
I was just giving her the worst case scenario.
It's role play. I've never had anything close to that. And even if I did, you'd still be an asshole.
You're just saying that because you like me.
Betsy, the sweet-looking 72-year-old volunteer coordinator, interjects.
Enough of your Lucy Van Pelts and Charlie Brown antics. You're a wonderful counselor, Stanford. Why are you such an awful trainer?
I feel like such an idiot.
I'm sorry if I was harsh. I didn't realize.
Van Pelt is Lucy and Linus's last name, and I didn't know it all these years. I'm such an idiot. Is that Dutch? Come on, Betsy. That woman was awful, judgmental, a know-it-all. She wasn't going to help anyone.
But she was volunteering her time. We owe her some common decency. You're a little shit.
He can't help it, Betsy. It's in his DNA. He's an asshole, a douchebag.
A twat. It would be appropriate if we were living in the UK.
I've been meaning to ask you since I started here, Stanford.
I told you, I'm single, and willing to suffer through the indignity of being seen with you in public.
I'm being serious.
5 minutes to our shift, boys and girls.
Marisol pulls Stanford to a corner cubicle.
Why do you do this? You have a good life, a hedge fund, solid family, no suicides in your circle. I can't figure it out. Do you do it because no one can see you here?
What?
Ugh, this is awkward. I mean, the callers, they don't know.
They don't know what?
They don't know that you're blind.
Well, I'm blind?
He sits down and motions for Marisol to sit down as well.
Listen, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because you're relatively new. And more importantly, from what the others say, relatively attractive.
I'm sorry for asking. It's just that everyone else here makes sense. Betsy lost her son. Clarence went through his own issues, and I have my reasons for being here.
Do you think that we all have to fit in neat boxes? I mean, categories that you learned in psych in freshman year?
No,
I'm not here because I can't be seen. In fact, this might be the only place I feel visible, in that I make an impact, forge a human connection. At work, I joke around with frat boy types and help selfish rich people get richer. Most of that work is on the phone, so people have no idea that I'm blind. I joke about sports, the market, and the clowns in DC, and they think I'm one of them. Not. But here, I make a genuine difference. You see, being born without sight doesn't limit me. The other is better than most people. Their loneliness, whether it's Masked by sarcasm, like in my case, or if it becomes full depression.
Sorry, Stanford. It was none of my business. I crossed a line.
No, it's fine. I needed my 2-minute therapy session anyway. I was due. Who should I make the check out to?
7:59, boys and girls, time to man your stations. Let's go.
Everyone makes their way to their respective cubicle, with Betsy returning to her desk in the center of the room.
You know, I don't even know why we even need the training program. Baptism and by fire is how I learned.
Literally. Betsy was a witch in Salem, and that was how they dealt with her.
If I was, I would cast a spell to shut you up permanently, sweetie.
Do we need to put on our wigs? Or can we be mere mortals as the shift begins?
If you weren't blind, I'd slap you in the face.
Maybe I'd like it.
He stands up and expertly maneuvers his way to one of the cubicles. He slides on a headset and turns to his right, where Marisol turns on her computer and composes herself.
Who's on the front lines?
Grow up, Stanford.
Suicide Prevention Hotline, how can I help you tonight?
The phone rings. Before Betsy can pick it up, Marisol grabs it. Marisol covers the mouthpiece and turns to Stanford.
I had a shitty day. I could use some perspective.
You ever think that this place might offer us too much fucking perspective?
Stanford turns to the computer monitor on his desk and starts playing a video game, although clearly listening to Marisol's phone call.
This is Marisol. I'm here to help you.
End of scene.
Hey, is everybody having fun? All right. So far, so good. Let's keep it going with our next scene, Cursed, written by Karol, Ruth, Silverstein. This is a silver and gold presentation, apparently. Karol, tell us what it's about.
I will. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. This is a scene adapted from my young adult novel, Cursed. It just won the Schneider Family Book Award, which celebrates books for teens and kids that show an artistic expression of the disability experience, which kind of makes me laugh, but makes me really proud. So the story is about a young teen, Erica, who is newly diagnosed with juvenile arthritis and not handling it well. Her life's kind of a mess with her parents having a messy divorce, and she cuts a lot of school, gets caught, and is sent back to school to try not to fail out of 9th grade. She also has a doctor she hates. But this scene is toward the end, where she's kind of getting herself together a little bit, learning how to advocate for herself. She just had a serious flare and had to see a different doctor because her horrible doctor was on call, and she really, really likes him and wants to switch doctors. She gets her dad on board with that, and now they've scheduled a meeting with her mom to see if they can convince her mom to get on board with the doctor change. And actually, the doctor who inspired the wonderful doctor, this book I think is on the event. So hi Bruce, and this is Cursed. Thank you.
Cursed by Karol Ruth Silverstein. Interior, Coffeeland. Day. A bustling, cozy coffee house. Ricky, 14, and Dr. Dad, early 40s, are at a table in the back.
I should probably do most of the talking, don't you think? I mean, switching doctors is my idea, and it is my body and all.
Oh, sure, I'm just here for support.
And heads up, I didn't actually tell Mom you'd be here.
You didn't? Why?
I kept going back and forth, which would be better? Strategically, a premeditated confrontation, or a surprise ambush?
And you chose the surprise ambush.
Both options have pros and cons.
That's true.
A moment later, Mom, early 40s, spots Ricky. She enters. and makes her way to the table.
Oh, hi, sweetie. You had me so worried.
Yeah, I'm back to feeling normal crappy instead of extra super crappy. It was just a one-day thing.
That's good.
Definitely good. Trust me. That flare was...
Gary.
Hello, Peter. I wasn't expecting to see you.
I asked him to come.
She did. And Joyce, can I say you are looking terrific?
Thanks. I feel terrific. So, what's all this about?
Well, here's the thing. I was a doctor.
Oh. I was thinking maybe you'd gotten us together to campaign for a new phone for your birthday next month.
I do desperately need a new phone.
And I was going to tell you that your dad and I had already discussed the possibility and decided a kid who cuts 6 weeks of school, regardless of the reason, doesn't exactly deserve a shiny new phone.
Since when do you two agree on anything?
We pick our moments for your maximum frustration.
Anyways, about my doctor...
Ricky, I don't think that changing doctors so early on is a good idea. I know he's prickly, but...
Prickly is an understatement. You know I can't stand Dr. Yuckstein.
You find that amusing, Peter? How would you like it if one of your patients created a nasty nickname for you?
Well, I wonder what I did to make my patient dislike me so much.
Mom, please let me talk. I have this friend from school, Oliver.
Wait, some boy motivated this?
Yeah, a boy who had cancer, okay?
Okay, go on.
He's better now, but he was telling me how important it is to have a doctor you like. Someone you can talk to. Someone who listens. I saw Dr. Hunt yesterday. He saw me on a Saturday because I had the flare. And he's awesome. He talked to me for like an hour, asking me questions, how it all started, which joints hurt the most. He said I should have a say in how my doctor approaches my treatment. Like, you know? And he gave me things.
She hoists a foot onto the chair beside Mom and slides down her sock, revealing a polyurethane ankle compression sleeve.
Remember how Dr. Blickstein said there was nothing I could do about how much my feet hurt?
Yeah. Do these help?
They totally help. I mean, my feet still suck, but they suck much less.
What's your opinion of this Dr. Hunt?
I only talked to him on the phone briefly, but...
Because Dr. Hunt asked to speak to me right away. Like I'm an actual human being.
Well, I'd like to meet him.
Here's his info.
Yeah, if you give me some advance notice, maybe the three of us can go together?
I'll call your office and coordinate a date that works.
Sounds like a plan.
Is there something else, Vicky?
Yeah, one question. Who are you people and what have you done with the disaster formerly known as my parents?
End of scene.
Okay, next scene is called The Marvelous Crisis of Being by Erik Linthorst, and it's not about life in 2020. So Erik, why don't you tell us all what it's really about?
Yeah, thank you. So this is a feature, it's actually called The Marvelous Crisis of Living, and it's a feature that follows a 15-year-old girl with bipolar disorder. Her name is Liv, short for Olivia, and during one of her manic phases, she hatches a scheme to break her beloved grandparents out of their low-end nursing home and drive them across 3 states with the help of a ref who is a boy with Asperger's syndrome. The script was on the inaugural 2019 Disability Blacklist of the best unproduced scripts about disability. The scenes tonight are from the first act, a fight Liv has with her mom after she gets suspended from school for beating a kid up. And later there's a scene where a ref tries to convince her to let him come with her on the trip. So take it away.
The Marvelous Crisis of Living, written by Erik Linthorst. Interior, car, moving. Liv rides in the passenger seat of her mom's car.
I was in the right, I'm just saying.
He needed stitches. Do you know what that costs?
They're not going to sue.
No. You are one party shy of exclusion.
Good. I hate school. If they move me, I'll just move in with Grandma and Grandpa and take care of them. 2 birds, 1 stone.
You who can't take care of a goldfish.
He died of natural causes.
You can't remember to take your own meds, and you're going to take care of 2 people who need care 24/7?
Better than your plan. Sure, I'll just let my parents die in that shithole nursing home while I stay home, drink box wine, and watch The Walking Dead.
Carolyn smacks Liv across the face.
I am sorry.
They sit at a red light. Liv feels her face.
I don't know how to help you. You are so angry at me, at life. Maybe Dr. Evan was right. I know you don't want to talk about it.
You put me on that crazy shit, Mom. Shit that they give to insane people.
And you were better.
As who?
Your teacher, your therapist, me.
They sit at an impasse. Outside school, later. Now near the end of the first act, with a ref, an awkward teen from Liv's sport group, who has been helping her plan to break her grandparents out of their nursing home. They're walking home from school.
I ran some analytics for you.
He hands her a packet. She flips through.
What is all this?
Showed her the best route, efficient but not obvious, in case of pursuers, as well as alternate in case of unforeseens. I highlighted inexpensive dining and hotels option, triangulated with reputable hospitals in case of a health-related emergency.
I was gonna shoot up Route 72.
When are you leaving?
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow. Bye.
He hands her another folder.
The nursing home. These are blueprints.
Hey, dude, it's not the Supermax prison. I'm not sneaking them out the air ducts.
Most nursing homes have at least one on-duty security guard stationed near the entry, as well as administrative staff monitoring and arrival and departure of guests and residents.
I'm taking them out for pie, and then I'll hit the highway.
What about their personal effects? Clothes, medication, sundry items? Won't that rouse suspicion?
Yeah, well, I haven't figured out every last detail.
It's a 2-person job.
You shouldn't get involved. You're pretty good. You should say something.
I've committed funds. I have invested interest of your success if I wanted to get paid.
He pulls a piece of paper out of his pocket, unfolds it.
Plus, there's an event.
He hands her the flyer.
A memory competition?
I've been trying to compete. I've been training for almost about 2 years. My parents won't let me compete.
No way.
Why?
20 reasons. But for starters, I'm
I'll get myself home.
What about school?
I'll mail in my homework assignment so I don't jeopardize my GPA.
Listen, I'm not trying to be a career counselor, all right? But, like, this is advisable. Whoa, dude. Breathe. Chill. Oh my God.
For 5 years, my dad, he's been taking me to all these specialists. Kept saying that there's something wrong with me. Test after test after test. They say they don't know. Or maybe it's just anxiety. Or ADD. Or worse. PDD and OS.
What's that?
Progressive developmental delay not otherwise specified. No. My dad says something wrong in his brain. Last week, this psychiatrist says I have Asperger's syndrome.
Ooh.
No, it's on the autism spectrum. It's incurable.
Whatever. Sounds like Dr. Bullshit to me. You're telling me I'm bipolar, blah blah, so I get a little animated sometimes. Soon.
On the way back home from getting the formal diagnosis, my dad, is very satisfying. Said to me, "See, I was right. Like he just won a prize. My whole life, I've tried to be a good person, fine manners to elders, straight A's in school. And for what? He was rooting against me the whole time."
All right, little boy. 3 o'clock tomorrow. Pick you up. Have all your ducks in a row. Capiche?
I don't know what that means.
Just pack a toothbrush. You ready?
End of scene.
Hi. Hi, I'm Andra.
Andra,
These
we are
scenes.
the third way through. I mean, almost turning home. We've got 3 scenes left, and this one is fantastic. A wild ride. Andra, take it home.
Hi. These scenes are excerpts from a pilot that I wrote called Fulton Family Funerals. It's about a woman named Jen who has Down syndrome and works as a makeup artist. The corpse is at her family's funeral home, and the funeral home is run by Jen's 106-year-old aunt and roommate Madge, who dies in the first scene, leaving the funeral home and the job of being Jen's caregiver to her evil stepdaughter, Becca. So Jen enlists the help of her best friend and coworker, Vaughn, to drive Becca away. I hope you guys like it.
Fulton Family Funerals by Andra Whipple. Interior, funeral home, employee break room. Jen Fulton looks on as Becca talks on the phone.
What do you mean you don't do horse-drawn carriages for funerals? This event is a very big deal to me. All of my sorority sisters are going to be there. Yes, even the chunky one. Look forward to my one-star review.
Becca walks over and sits across from Jen.
I know we haven't seen each other lately. I've been so busy with my husband. Did you know he was a pro golfer?
He is? I thought he was a mirage based on how often I've seen him.
Oh no, trust me, he's coming tonight. Look.
Becca grabs Jen's hand and stares into her eyes.
I want you to know I'm ready to take care of you. It'll be so fun. You'll be my little gal pal.
I mostly need help with, like, making doctor's appointments and remembering my meds and stuff. And what to do if there's a fire.
Oh, sure, yeah, but it's more than that. You need someone to guide you in life. For instance, to help you figure out how to dress.
I look great.
Oh, honey, don't worry. We'll go shopping and get you some really cute stuff. More age appropriate, maybe with bows.
Age appropriate? I'm 30.
Becca looks down at her phone.
Ooh, I gotta go. I just got a text about a chocolate fountain for Madge's funeral.
I'm 30. I'm 30. I am halfway to menopause. Menopause. I'm almost dried up in here.
Interior, funeral home, morgue. Jen does a corpse's makeup. It looks amazing. Vaughn, bad boy in a leather jacket, draws devil horns on a funeral program photo.
Did you kiss me?
Ooh, way
On my head like a baby.
Not a Google accent I was hoping for.
And she's talking about making Madge's funeral all fussy and fancy with chocolate fountains and horse-drawn carriages.
Well, we all know Madge will have a one-day old-fashioned open casket, and she wanted her sexiest outfit, and her ex-lover invited.
Yeah, like Becca would ever allow it. Oh my God, Vaughn! Becca would hate that! Come on, we gotta go.
Interior, funeral home, ceremony area. Close up on Madge, Aunt Madge, 106, but still sexy, in a short skirt, low-cut top, and slutty makeup, lying in her coffin. Jen and Vaughn hide behind the pews as Becca walks in with Dan.
I just don't see why we couldn't get any horses in here.
Becca glances into the coffin.
Oh my God! Who turned my stepmother into a vile horn dog?
She licks her finger and tries to rub Madge's thick makeup off. She turns to Dan.
We need to get someone in here to change these clothes and this makeup. Who does the makeup here?
It's Jen. She must have done it.
Jen? Oh, no wonder it's awful. People like her aren't skilled.
With Jen and Vaughn behind the pew, Jen gestures to her own perfectly made-up face.
Not skilled. Has she seen my cut creases? I have skills for days.
Interior, funeral home, chapel, body viewing later. Jen sits with Vaughn in the pews, defeated.
How can Becca not see I did the makeup bad on purpose?
Yeah, you have Down syndrome, not face blindness.
You're a good friend.
Jen leans her head on Vaughn's shoulder. He smiles. Becca walks by with her husband, Brad.
Oh, look at those two. Jen has a little boyfriend.
No way.
Yeah, we just friends.
Of course. I know people like you don't really have boyfriends.
People like me, I've had like 20 boyfriends at least.
Don't let her get to you.
Seriously, there was that guy Hector I met at the community center. Jimmy from the movies. What's his name, the clown?
Becca walks up behind the pulpit and shushes everyone.
Thank you all so much for coming out to my stepmother's funeral. It's too bad she died when she did because I was planning on a very expensive trip and I was going to take her to Turks and Caicos next week.
In the pews, Vaughn whispers to Jen.
She was going to take 160 to Turks and Caicos.
There was his son, the long-distance hottie from Pakistan, and Craig, the one I kissed in back in Chili's.
Of course it was very expensive, and there's no refund on the deposit, but that's fine. My husband and I are very blessed. We can afford it.
I've had boyfriends. I'm sexual. I'll show her. Come on, Vaughn, I need a favor.
Jen drags Vaughn right up to the casket and looks at Becca.
What are you doing?
Showing you that I'm not a little child. I'm a big, horny 30-year-old.
Jen grabs Vaughn and they make out next to the casket. Jen slips and tumbles into the casket, knocking it down. Matthew's body rolls out and down the steps into the aisle, tripping Jen and Vaughn like bowling pins. As Jen falls down, her skirt flips up, revealing her upper thigh Care Bear tattoo.
Good job! You are dead-free. Say more. What, sir?
Adults like Care Bears. They're ironic.
End of scene.
All right. Now it's time for Barret the Professional, written by E.J. Tanner and Tyler Hoog. Tyler, or EJ, who's gonna introduce us?
Tyler.
All right, Tyler, tell us what it's about.
Here.
Well, we're having trouble hearing Tyler.
Well, let me jump in then. Tyler Hoog, and I am EJ. This is a scene from the world of our pilot, Barret the Professional. It is inspired by the world that made the pilot, that is inspired by the real life relationship me, Tyler, and our real friend Barret have. And it's both of us torturing him relentlessly.
All right, thank you. Let's get ready to roll. And Anita, take us in.
Barret the Professional, Michelangelo, written by E.J. Tanner and Tyler Hoog. Interior, apartment, day. Barret, late 20s, sits on the couch with his nephew, Jordan, 4 years old. Jordan hands Barret a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy.
Here, you can be Turtle.
I've always thought myself as neon or...
No, you're the title because you're a nerd.
You sure?
Yes.
Jordan plays with his Leonardo and Raphael toys, ignoring Barret. Barret's phone blows up with texts. On screen, group message titled The Good, the Bad, and the Barret.
We're coming through. Get ready.
We're going to smash you in Super Smash.
Yeah, because you're super trash.
Can't. I'm babysitting my nephew.
Too bad. He can catch the smoke too.
He's 4.
Then he's definitely catching the smoke.
Seriously, you can't come over.
Too late.
Honk, honk. Barret jumps, startled by the loud honk. He looks out the window and sees a black minivan outside.
Shit.
Ooh, you say a bad word.
Jordan, some of my friends are coming over.
Yeah, they can't be Raphael and Michelangelo.
Sure, they can. Now, my friend Tyler, he's a little different. I mean, Don't you stare.
Why?
Because it's rude. You also should ask what happened to him.
What happened to him?
Nothing. So please, just don't ask.
The door opens and EJ and Tyler, a paraplegic, sit and stand in the doorway.
Are you gonna help or nah?
Barret hurries to the door. Barret and EJ help lift Tyler and his wheelchair over a small lip at the doorway. Jordan stares in awe of this whole process.
1, 2, 3.
Barret and EJ lift the chair and get Tyler through the door. EJ wipes his forehead.
Now that Fat is through the door, where are the snacks? Oh, that's messed up.
Man, he's the worst Manny ever.
I can't believe you guys shit soda.
Really?
That's exactly what we do.
We are very predictable.
Which also makes us unpredictable.
Why don't you introduce yourself? Okay, guys, this is my nephew Jordan.
What it do, baby?
Stop, little man.
Hey, why are you in that chair?
Jordan, what did I tell you?
He's different and not to stay.
Oh, I'm different, huh, Barret?
Yeah, Barret. Why is he so different?
Is it because I'm black?
Dude, we talked about this.
Right, might be. Only pull the black card when...
No. There's no such thing as a black card.
Right. No black card.
Can I ride on your machine?
Jordan!
Sure you can.
Okay, get out.
Jordan!
Chill, Barret. Can't, little man.
Why?
My legs don't work.
My legs!
Oh, that's it, huh?
You don't have to answer that.
It's not a big deal. No, I just can't feel my legs.
Oh, or you can feel this?
Jordan touches Tyler's face.
Yeah, I just can't feel my legs.
Can you play Ninja Turtles?
Only if you have Michelangelo.
Jordan gets his Michelangelo toy and brings it to Tyler.
I'll take Raphael if you have him.
Okay.
Jordan runs to the couch. EJ, Tyler, and Barret follow him.
Sorry about that, dude.
You should be. I can't believe you knew we were coming over and didn't have any snacks ready.
That's not what I was talking about.
Still.
It's MBD, fam. Little kids are always acting like that. It's the adults that stare and treat you with little kids' gloves.
Barret is... I'll be Leonardo.
That makes sense.
Barret is the title because he's a nerd.
That also makes sense. He's totally Donatello.
Huh. I've always envisioned him more as in April O'Neil.
I hate all of you.
Barret and EJ sit on the couch and the four of them play Ninja Turtles. End of scene.
Right now, finally, for the opening scene. Last but not least, we have David Radcliffe's 1-900 Inspired. So, David, when are you on? Tell us about your scene. David, are you there? Okay. We don't seem to have David Radcliff. Oh, David, there you are. Tell us about your scene, 1-900 Inspired. David, can you hear us? David, your sound is off. David, are you back on?
Can you talk a little bit?
David, can you hear us?
Hi. Libby's sound is on, so I'm going to come on screen. David, we're having technical issues. We're going to try to be in contact with you. Maybe you can tell us what it was about after we've seen it. All right, we'll be in touch. Also,
Right.
Great job there at the professor.
All right then. 1-900 Inspired by David Radcliff. Interior, dismal apartment, night. Glenn, a flabby, tired, sad sack, is on his couch, lit only by the glow of a late-night TV. He sighs, puts the muzzle of a revolver in his mouth, cocks the hammer. Just then, a sultry woman's voice from the TV.
Are you depressed? Feeling down?
Yeah, kinda.
Maybe what you need is a little inspiration.
On screen, we see the sultry woman begin to take off her top, but the phone number, 1-900 Inspired, blocks her chest.
Call me.
Glenn hurries
Okay.
to grab the phone, dial the number, but now through the phone, we hear a man's voice instead.
Why, hello there, friend.
Interior,
Sorry.
Fulton, night. Chet, handsome and in a wheelchair, sits at a phone bank.
Sorry, is this 1-900 Inspired?
Sure is, Chief. What's your name, and what do you want to talk about?
Well, name is Glenn, but well, you're not what I expected. I thought this was a.
Ah, you've never talked to a disabled person before, is that it?
Sorry, what?
My name's Chet. I'm a wheelchair user. Now, what'll it be, Glenn? I can tell you about my travel plans, my social life, my.
What about the sex?
Oh, that'll cost more.
No. I mean, I called this number for sex. There was a woman on the TV, and she talked like this.
Oh, they're still running that ad. Oh, hate to tell you this, Glenn, but that's the old business model. Yeah, we're strictly doing inspiration porn now.
Inspiration porn?
Yes, sir. That's where I, a disabled adult male, will tell you, a non-disabled adult male, about my gimpy ass life, and just like that, you'll start to feel real good about yourself, Glenn. How lucky you are to not be me there, but for the grace of God, and so on and whatnot. How's that sound?
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I guess that's okay. Maybe that'll help. Okay, proceed. Inspire me.
Right on. Well, for starters, got a condition called spina bifida. Don't suppose you've got that, do you, Glenn?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Means my spinal cord didn't fully develop. The neural tube didn't close up is the thing. I can't walk, Glenn. Not to mention the potential infections and such. It means split spine in Latin, if you want to be fancy about it.
Oh, well, that sounds terrible. Well, I guess I'm glad I don't have that. You know something? You're brave, Chet. You seem like a really brave person.
Yeah, brave. See, don't you feel better now, Glenn?
You know what? Yeah, I think I'm starting to, yeah.
Well, are you touching yourself, Glenn?
What? No.
Oh, good. This is not that kind of call. Anywho, glad you found this helpful. Sometimes I even inspire my own wife and kids just by being me. I mean, can you believe that shit?
You're married?
Yeah. And listen, friend, it's not all it's cracked up to be. I mean, every couple of weeks, the old ball and chain is dragging me off to some foreign city so she can walk a damned runway. Milan, Paris. So I'll be sitting there, front row and everything, wheelchair access and stuff. And guess who's got to keep an eye on the 3 Rugrats while she's up there strutting her stuff? Old Chet. That's who.
3 kids.
And all of them smarter than me, Glenn. Well, we thought maybe both of us having PhDs and whatnot, surely we'd stay ahead of our offspring mentally. But no, sir. And buddy, listen, if you want to talk about hardship, whoo, boy, try doing a dissertation defense. That'll put some hair on your stuff,
And a doctorate, too?
Yeah, well, yeah, but look, it's not a big thing, Glenn. It's just letters after my name. Family Science and Development was my first one, my first PhD, I mean. Second was ornithology. Even harder, if you can believe it. I do like birds, though.
You know what, asshole? This isn't inspiring at all. Now, hard dressing yourself or something? Or aren't you in pain?
Hey! Feels like you are coming out of your shell, Glenn. That's good.
No, it's not. 2 PhDs, 3 children, world travel, a supermodel wife. How is that supposed to make me feel better about my life? I think, Jet, thought you were disabled.
Oh, I am. Fine, split like a banana, Glenn. No doubt about that.
All I have in this shitty apartment is a twin bed and a parakeet. I don't even have a job.
Yeah, but you have 2 working legs, Glenn. So let that be comfort to you for some reason. Hey, now this parakeet, is this a standard budgerigar, or are we talking about, the...
I got a gun right here. I'm just going to kill myself.
Whoa. Ease up, buddy. Hang on. Okay. Sure, I can think of some bad stuff for you. Stuff I've overcome and whatnot. Oh, here. Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, damnedest thing. So I get home from work last Wednesday, right? And I realize I've been wearing my shirt inside out the whole day.
Are you kidding me?
I know, Glenn. And it was probably the worst day of my life. I mean, to be honest with you. I mean, here I am, Mr. Best Dressed in high school, and I can't even manage to...
A gunshot rings out.
Glenn?
Chet waits.
Buddy?
No response. Chet looks down at his shirt and sees the tag on the outside. His shirt is inside out and backwards.
Damn it! Again! Can you believe this
End
shit?
of scene.
Bravo. Hello, everybody. Okay. What do you think, Alison? I think it worked out pretty well, don't you?
Pretty well. Pretty well, yeah. It did. Some great stuff. It really did. I missed the collective laughter, but, you know.
I just want to.
Now I can't hear you, but
you can't
that's
hear me?
the worst.
Can you hear me
But
now?
yes, I can.
I just want to tell everyone, thank you for watching. The chat remarks are great. I hope the actors and the writers get to see some of those. And thank you, Alison, for putting this together. Again, thank you, Libby and Barret and Terry, for actually making all of this happen. And do you have any parting words, Alison?
Libby, I cannot thank you enough. You're a phenomenal person to work with. Thank you. And thank you, writers and directors and casting director. Everybody did a wonderful job. I really appreciate it. This was our great experiment, and I think we did a great job.
I agree. Good night, everyone.
Good night.